Alright guys, welcome to the isolation pre-exhaust video, and in this video we're going to be covering a style of training that is really effective if you only have access to light or moderate weight dumbbells. What it consists of is doing an isolation exercise before you do your compound movements. So your compound movements, if you don't know, are your multi-joint movements. So bench presses, squats, deadlifts, movements that involve you moving or exercises that involve you moving at multiple joints, okay? So a bench press, for example, you're moving at the elbow and the shoulder. That's a compound movement. Overhead press, same thing, elbow and shoulder. An example of an isolation movement would be a dumbbell fly, because your elbows are fixed and you're just moving at the shoulder joint. So isolation is a movement that uses one joint, okay? Similar exercise for isolation movements would be a dumbbell curl or a barbell curl, right? Shoulders are fixed. If you're doing them right, your shoulders are fixed and you're just moving at the elbow. So that's an isolation movement. Okay, so we're going to take isolation movements and place them before our compound movements. And what this is going to do, it's going to fatigue our muscles before we hit our movements that involve more muscles, if that makes any sense. So basically, for example, we're going to do an incline dumbbell fly, and because we're doing a dumbbell fly, it's going to tax the chest muscles and just the chest muscles before we hit the bench. So again, this is a great way to train if you have access to moderate dumbbells and you really can't load the bar up to do your heavy set. But if you fatigue that muscle group, the chest muscle group, before you hit a moderate weight bench press, it will feel much tougher and it will feel like a heavier, like you have more weight on the bar. It will feel like a heavier set. Okay, so you're just kind of tricking your body a little bit and just fatiguing those muscles before you hit a moderate weight bench press. All right, so again, we'll go with our incline fly. Okay, elbows slightly bent but fixed. Okay, you would hit a set of these. Now, depending on the weight, depends on how many reps you do. But you want to make sure you're pretty tired, you get a good pump going, and then you would go right into your presses. Okay, these can be done with barbells, dumbbells, body weight. So another example of an isolation pre-exhaust would be, maybe you do dumbbell curls or bar curls before you do chin-ups. Chin-ups are a great bicep builder, by the way. Or you would do, your flies or flat bench flies before you do weighted dips or body weight dips. But the key is to exhaust those muscles, those muscle fibers in that particular muscle group before you hit a lift that would normally be easy for you. Because they're pre-exhausted, your muscles are pre-exhausted, it will make that second lift a little tougher. And in some cases, a lot tougher if the intensity is super high and you do it right. All right, guys, on to the next set. I'm losing my breath.